Lyricism class. Today we're basically going to study the fact that there is suction and that there is, a definite pulling, when you fall asleep and, you're being watched and you have to answer one question while you're sleeping, and that basically that brute force can be used when you're sleeping, and that every single combination is listed, when we sleep, and it's just using our favorite, ways to get up, and just when we say, James, did you get up? And then it says, okay, I just got up, or son, are you awake? Or whatever, you know. There's a, if you watch someone's hand, it's kind of easy to figure it out. Fat admiration, this kind of will turn you off, because if you just watch a fat person come up with all these, you'll end up, if you like that, you might just, like that. But, it has to do with, getting these jumbled and, stumbling on one or two things. But, I just kind of picked my favorite, what would come next in mine. And, I'm supposed to do 120. So I'm a complete, not going to help you at all. This isn't going to get me any college degrees. This isn't going to help me at all. It could be the most genius thing on earth. And, it's all just from, studying a beetle, in a vent, that, has the suction and it starts pulling air. And then when it stops, it seems to kind of, sort of like sucking. And when you sleep, your words get jumbled. And when you say, okay, I just got up, you actually have to do, all of the workouts in order to get to the, okay, I just got up, because you have to go to the very last one, which, if you're lazy, maybe this could be it, since there would be some stuff in between these. But, stuff in between these, this would be, oh, I just got okay, talking to yourself, but then you have to do all of these up to the first part, so, all of these, include stumbling and fumbling and falling. And in order for you to get this whole thing right, you'd have to go through all of the 120 combinations backwards, of course, to get to, okay, I just got up, because you have to check things that would be there or not, or if something was missing, is, not really why, it's just that it's a sentence, and, it has 5 pieces in it, has 5 constituents. So in order to be awake, you have to be able to say that sentence, but in a molesting world where, everyone is just constantly being molested, because, there is no such thing as hunting, but there is molesting, is that really we're fully asleep when we say, okay, I just got up. And because we don't get to the very last one, we actually aren't saying it here, because, see, we're still tired because we just didn't easily do this. But really, we'd go to the 120th last one, and then we would say that first, in order to show that we're awake, because it would be jumbled, which is, not easy to explain when you take the word sleep, and then you can say the word sleep, and it's just as easy to understand as, celip and, well, sleep, in another combination, and, well, I know there's some other ones, but I mean, that looks easy. This looks like sleep, and it's pretty universal that that's sleep, even though there's another one of these switching with the other two. In this one, there's another switch, and in this one, there's a definite other E in that too. That's 6 combinations in that, if you don't take away the first and last, and we're just looking at that, which is probably fucking genius. But it's not going to do you or me any good, because all this is just toilet paper and someone's. So, anyway, where's my money, yeah, so, you actually have to do this full workout every single time that you talk. And you have to work from 120 all the way down to these, before this would hit the surface. Now, if you have, like some form of, fat admiration, I think that it would make it harder or easier. But let's just say that it would make it harder because, um, you have to start from the end and work your way to the beginning. And if someone's tripping up and they mess up at one point, you're the reason that, someone is, tired and, getting something wrong and messing up just so they can say, okay, got just I up, is what they said. And because they're fat and lazy and eat and, all of that, that now they're stuck, and, that's probably just, me with bad thoughts. So bad ideas and stuff. But it's just kind of interesting that, you do have to slip up. Words, seem to be like you're, looking up at the ceiling. And when you're looking up at the ceiling, you're gonna have, a lot of errors and crap, that are going to be there. And, it's unavoidable. And, but working back, from that 120, which we can't do because, this little piece of paper has to get some rest, is what it is.